Hey everyone, welcome to Ball Bros Don't Lie. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok. Please follow us on both platforms for their latest NFL and fantasy football updates. On today's episode, we're talking values and breakout players. We have a few news to get to too, but the majority of our show is going to be about the values and breakout players for this 2025 season.
As you see, my Jedi powers are far beyond yours.
All right, welcome in to another episode of the Ball Bros Don't Lie podcast. Today's episode is values and breakout players. We have at least, like I would say, 3 to 4 players that we're going to talk about.
Yep.
Each, yeah. Gonna hit up Food City.
So we're going to get into some quick news. So the Steelers traded Minka Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey, and they also got Jonnu Smith. But then they traded their fifth for a seventh. So Jonnu Smith is now a Steeler, and you might as well just delete your tight end for the Steelers. So because
They still have Pat Fryermuth.
yeah, just delete it. He's not relevant.
Yeah.
Like, it's sad to say, but he's not relevant anymore.
So that downgrades Jonnu for you?
It downgrades there's no downgrade. He's not even on the chart for me. No tight end is on the chart. Incomplete. So this was kind of the writing on the wall for Jonnu, because I guess he wanted to ship out somewhere, but we didn't know where. So yeah, I don't know. Did you guys have
Another tight end bites the dust.
Yeah,
I think I have him. I have him pretty high in my rank. I have him 8. I don't know. I think he boosts up for me just a little bit, just because I feel like Aaron Rodgers handpicked him.
Yeah,
I feel like Mike.
That could be.
Mike, I want him.
I don't think it was an Aaron Rodgers handpick. I think it was more of the Arthur Smith. I want Jonnu Smith on my team because I just like him type of player. So
When are the Steelers going to sign Alan Lazard or
that's
trade for him? I suppose.
a great question. I don't know. I don't know what the Jets want for him because I think he's still on the Jets, right?
Yes, he is still on the Jets.
I don't know.
Or hey, Randall Cobb is available.
Randall Cobb is a free agent, so I don't want old man Cobb. I don't want an old Cobb salad. And then in other news, Darren Waller was traded from he came out of retirement. He was still on the Giants, still owned him. So
owned his rights.
Owned his rights. So the Giants traded him to the Dolphins, and now Darren Waller is a Miami Dolphin. I already noticed someone in our Dynasty League picked him up for $4. So, I don't. What do you guys think he'll be relevant in this offense, or is it just we just need a tight end for the Dolphins?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about him coming back. I don't know how I feel. I mean, he's going to somewhat of a decent offense,
Yeah.
Not the greatest, but Dolphins are known for their offense. So, yeah, I don't know. I was hoping he was just going to chase his rap career. I was pretty interested in that.
Yeah, it does. He actually has some pretty good songs. So, um,
It did go hard.
yeah.
Even though he's an X-rater, I still support him.
Tim, did you have anything?
I he's worth a flyer in Dynasty. Don't touch him in redraft until you see some sort of production.
Yeah.
Uh, like there's just too much unknown there. The other thing is he's been in the league for 10 years. He's only played a full season twice,
Yeah.
and he's averaged 8 to 9 games, only 8 to 9 games played per season. So, uh, I wouldn't touch him.
For sure. I'm not.
Maybe after the draft, if he's still there, go pick him up real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
why
we'll
not?
see. We'll see. Who knows? So yeah. All right. You guys ready to get into this values and breakout players?
Yes,
let's do
sir.
it.
Just say breakout values. Whatever. It doesn't matter. For this we went with players past the seventh and past the seventh round here. Um, Maybe they're more likely going to be a flex, maybe flex, but potential upside for some of them with the breakout. And we're not going to be right in all of these, so take it with a grain of salt if you're listening to this. And this is just our opinion. This is not set in stone. This is how we feel about these players, and this is what we think some of these players may do this upcoming season. So, uh,
I only speak in facts.
yes, well, Tim only speaks the fact.
Just kidding.
I speak in
Know
feelings.
why, guys? I know why. Because ball bros don't lie.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
Yeah. So we're gonna go like one by one here with a player that we picked, and let's Tim, let's have you go first because some of your guys are interesting.
yeah, I'll go least controversial to most likely controversial.
Nice. Okay.
So my first value pick for this year is Khalil Shakir.
Okay.
ADP right now is round 7, so it's the 7-10, and being picked as the wide receiver 42.
Hmm.
Not that far off from his finish last year at wide receiver 37. But really only saw an increase in usage after week 7 of last year. So I think the value is there. He's Buffalo's clear number 1 receiver. Um, Again, he averaged 7 targets between week 7 and 17 last year. And the word out of minicamp is that Keon Coleman is struggling. Mental errors, drop balls.
Really?
So yeah, so that's the only real threat, right, for targets in the offense. Dalton Kincaid's there, Dawson Knox, but there's not a ton of guys that are going to steal targets. So I see Khalil Shakir as a value. He only had 1 drop in 2024. Uh,
Dang, I didn't know that.
yeah, so very sure-handed. Obviously has the trust of Josh Allen. And then from a stat standpoint, was 5th among receivers in yards after contact, which I think is pretty interesting. So he's an elusive guy
Hmm.
with the ability to break some tackles. So yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
do like.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Tyler.
My bad.
My train of thought was like, I have something to say, but I don't know how to put it in. But go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I traded for him in my dynasty. For
Yep.
for Khalil Shakir, and I just like that he's a wide receiver 1 with Josh Allen. I feel like that always has always upside with Josh Allen as your quarterback. So I'm right there with you, Tim. I like Khalil Shakir.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's good value. I mean, you've got a wide receiver 1 in the 7th to 8th round. That's pretty tough to beat. And I think for our ADPs, we're what, 12-team league,
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, Khalil Shakir.
Yeah. What I didn't know that Keon Coleman was struggling in mini camps. That's kind of a bummer because I really liked him in college, and I thought he
me
would
too.
I thought he would like transcend in that offense, but that sucks that he's struggling because I was actually
I mean, he's still got a chance, right?
yeah
I don't know that he's necessarily ever going to be that like high volume number one
yeah
Stephon Diggs type.
because that's what he was at Florida State. He was
Yeah.
the dude there, so it's very concerning that he's not transitioning well to this. So
And the last thing he needs is for Josh Allen to lose confidence in him.
yeah,
So hopefully he rights the ship.
for sure. All right, Tyler, let's go with one of your guys.
All right. Let's just go. I don't know which one to pick first.
Well, who's your which one do you think is the most valued? I think I know which one, but
I want to say my first person, but I'm gonna go with my third pick.
okay.
These weren't put in any order. I just think these guys are solid guys to pick. But my first guy I'm going to talk about is Jacoby Myers. Not because I'm a Raider fan, but
That's
because I am a.
and the funny thing is, I didn't even put a Steeler on here.
I was waiting for Bill Johnson. Yeah, Jacoby Myers, wide receiver one on the Raiders. Um, seventh round pick going right now. Um, I just zero drops last year. Um, 87 receptions for 1,000 yards. Not that many touchdowns with four. Last year was his first ever 1,000 yard season, and it was with Aiden O'Connell
Aiden
and
O'Connell and Gardner
Gardner
Minshew.
Minshew. And
You
so
gotta
I
love
think that
that.
says something to him as a receiver. 129 targets, zero drops. That was 15th in wide receivers last year. He was averaging 14 and a half fantasy points, um, 11.8 yards per reception. And I think going in seventh round, I think in the mock draft, I think in our mock draft, I was targeting him. And he was actually pretty far down the queue, um,
Okay.
going around the turn, and he got picked up right away in the seventh round. So, um, yeah, that was a bummer during the mock draft.
Yeah, I like him. I've liked him for a couple of years now. He's just kind of that old, reliable. I mean, he's not old, right? He's only 28.
Yeah.
Um, but he's that reliable, kind of like under the radar, I think perennially underrated receiver. You
Yeah.
know, he's had nearly or over 100 targets in the last four seasons. And 80 receptions. And I mean, that's across multiple teams, right? He was in New England for a couple of those years and then now in Las Vegas. And uh, he's, like you said, he's the definite number one. He's going to see a ton of volume. Everything that doesn't go to Brock Bowers is going to
Yeah.
go to Jacoby Myers and then trickle down to Jack Besh. So
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm with it too. I think this is well. Besides, was he on the team with Derek Carr?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. So I think he actually will. I think his touchdowns will go up this year because of just with Gino's accuracy and the fact that he's a better quarterback than Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew combined. So
Oh,
so
be nice.
yeah.
We love some Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
No.
And even with Aiden and Gardner Minshew last year, he was wide receiver 19.
Yeah. So that can it can only if he's still wide receiver 19 with maybe less yards and more touchdowns, that's a great value pick in like what'd
Oh
you say
yeah.
the seventh round he was
Yes,
going?
round.
Okay.
Seventh round. I picked up Khalil Shakir.
Okay.
And
Nice.
it was there was Cooper Cup in front of him, Stephon Diggs, Jaden Reed, Calvin Ridley, but he actually got picked before all of those
Nice.
on the turn, and that's what bummed me out.
I'll be bummed out.
Yeah, there's some interesting ones there. So in that seventh round range for receivers, right? We talked Khalil Shakir, we talked Jacoby Myers. Between those two, like if I added Josh Downs to that group, who would you pick out of those three? Myers, Khalil Shakir, or Josh Downs?
I
It's out of Cleo and Jacoby for me.
Yeah.
Happy
yeah
with both of those.
yeah I would go Jacoby.
What about those two or Cooper Cup?
Ugh. Why would you say that?
They're in the same draft range,
Are
ADP
they the
range.
same? I probably I would want to draft Cooper Cup just because of the name in general, but would I probably would take Myers.
Ooh, yeah, that one's a tough one, but
Let
I'd pick Myers too.
Yeah, and I would just
All right,
yeah. Go ahead.
last one. Those two are Stephon Diggs.
Ooh,
I want to pick Stephon Diggs so bad.
I would take the I would take
Really?
yeah I would take the shot on him with Drake May. I take that shot.
I mean,
So
it's pretty nice. Stephon Diggs and
and
CJ Stroud. I mean, no,
yeah,
my bad. Drake May.
and he's the only true receiver there that like everyone is talking about. Everyone else on that team is just like
Yeah.
Polk is not doing well.
No.
And I don't know much about Kyle Williams. So and it's Vrabel. Vrabel's not gonna like just throw any other receiver out there to.
But they've got Efton Chisholm. Didn't you know?
No, I didn't know that either. Efton
Google
Chisholm.
Efton Chisholm.
Oh my god! All right,
It's an undrafted free agent
free agent.
rookie receiver who looked good apparently in OTAs or minicamp or rookie camp or whatever.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna go with my value pick here. Is Najee Harris, the ex Steeler. He's going in the seventh round. Now we all know that Omari Hampton was drafted in like the second round, or no, sorry, the first round of the draft. We all know that we are all hoping that he is everything that everyone is talking about, especially Tim for your dynasty team. You're hoping that he just goes off.
Yes, big
Um,
time.
but I do feel like like we a lot of people crap on Najee just because there's nothing special about him. There's no even I even crapped on him when he was a Steeler. I'm like he's just there's nothing special here right now. It's just it's not mediocre. It's just average running back type of uh play here. So, but I do think this backfield is going to be committee for a while, and I do think like as much as I would draft Omari Hampton, where he's going in like the fourth round, I think if I do miss out on Omari Hampton, I will take Najee Harris just because I know this is going to be a committee, and I know he's going to get his touches, and I know he may just fall into the end zone because there's no indication of saying that as of right now the Chargers are like Omari Hampton is our guy. He's gonna take the workload. He's gonna be a three down back, which he is capable of, and that's what they drafted him for. But they did pursue Najee uh, in free agency. He was like one of the first sightings that they did, and Jim Harbaugh loves him. So um, if you do miss out on Hampton, do not hesitate to draft Najee, and you can feel confident in drafting him and having a solid flex position week in and week out. I think so.
Yeah, I'd feel good.
Yeah, he's not going to get you like 15 to 20 points. He's going to give you a solid maybe 10 to 12 points. It's something that will help you win a game, or it may help you lose a game, but he'll be a solid double digit running back. So, did you guys have anything?
I totally agree. I like Najee Harris as a pick. Would you have Najee Harris or Jacoby Myers
Oh,
as your?
as my flex?
I'd take Jacoby.
Yeah, I'd probably take a. I still would. I would stick with Jacoby.
because Najee is going in the beginning of the seventh round, and then Jacoby's going towards the end of the seventh round.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. If I'm at the back end, I'd probably take Jacoby, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be unhappy with Najee. So
What about Najee or Stephon Diggs?
Najee.
I take Diggs.
I think I'll take Najee on that one.
I think Stephon Diggs is washed, man.
After that ACL tear, yeah,
Yeah.
I could
I
be.
mean, he
I
wasn't able to get it going in Houston last year. He fell out of the rotation in Buffalo. I don't see it, man. I
all
don't
right,
see it.
Yeah,
all right. Hey, it's your opinion, you know.
It is. It's my opinion.
especially for his ADP, he's going into eighth round.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy
that is crazy.
Yeah, it's just a lot of other options I'd rather have.
for sure.
All right, Tim, give me your next value.
Well, we'll get right into the controversial ones.
Oh, I didn't even
I'm
see.
sure I'm gonna.
I didn't even see this person's name. Wow.
So yeah, feel free to comment on this, but my second value pick is Javonte Williams.
Hmm.
His
Gross.
ADP is in the 10th round, being drafted as the RB40, despite the fact that he's likely the RB1 for a good offense in Dallas. So that's the biggest factor here is the potential for volume. Didn't get a ton of volume last year, only 139 carries in Denver. We all kind of know what that looked like last year. It was just the revolving door at running back. Nobody really established themselves, including Javonte Williams. Um,
It may still be a revolving door in Dallas, but who
it
knows?
it yeah, it may be right. Uh, but the potential is there, and Najee's or Javante's been going around and saying he finally feels like himself, right after the injury. So maybe he will have a little bit more of that explosiveness, maybe a little more elusiveness this year. And if he does, I think that's a recipe for at least a decent flex season, if not more than that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is it because there were like I remember vividly not playing him against the Saints, and he had like 20 something points, and I was literally screaming at the TV. I'm like, I freaking hate this coach. I was like, I
oh man.
cannot do this anymore. I think that's when I was like, I'm definitely gonna lose this league. Yeah. So, but yeah,
So I got some more fun facts. Fun fact number one, this kind of surprised me. He's 2 years younger than Rico Dowdle. Rico
really,
Dowdle's 27. Yeah, I had no idea.
I didn't know that. I think how old is he? How old is Javante?
Javante's 25.
I think he's the same. I think he's the same age as RJ Harvey.
Oh, that's right.
I think RJ Harvey is like one of the oldest running backs in the league. Well, oldest rookie running back. I'm pretty sure he
Yeah,
is.
he's 24, turns 25 soon.
That's crazy.
So same age as Javante. If Javante Williams had gotten Rico Dowdle's workload last year, or if he gets that this year
Yeah.
and he has the same efficiency metrics, which were not good in Denver, but if he maintains those crappy efficiency metrics and gets Dowdle's workload, he will hit 1,000 yards and 7 to 8 touchdowns.
Okay.
I like that.
So
I dig it.
yeah, plus he had 70 targets in Denver last year. I still think they're going to do that in Dallas. Um, and like the competition is fifth round rookie Jaden Blue, who I think has some potential. And then the only other competition on the roster is Miles Sanders, uh,
Who hasn't been relevant.
like the ghost of Miles Sanders.
Still can't
So
believe
what say you?
I mean I when I heard that the Dallas Cowboys were like they signed him, I was like, oh, that sucks. And then but then I rethought about it, and then I was like, this could work for him. Like this could he's I don't think he's gonna be. an explosive. Like he said, he's does feel better, which is great. But I don't think it's gonna be like he's maybe a top 15 running back, which is good. Maybe a good strong RB2 for you. And if you can get that in the 10th round, a
Oh yeah.
strong RB2, you're winning something.
Yeah, that's great. That's
So
fantastic.
and you don't have to spend up for like a higher like RB2 in like the earlier rounds for that. So
Or you can trade him to
or
a running
yeah,
back
and
hungry team.
yeah, if you someone really needs a running back, you can throw him in there for something and get something out of it. So
You can trade it to Tyler for one of the rookie quarterbacks that he picks up.
which he will.
Gotta get some draft picks though.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Um, really quick, a couple of comparisons. So for the same draft range, Javonte Williams or J.K. Dobbins?
That one's tough. Just because I'm a huge J.K. Dobbins fan. But
He looked good last year.
yeah,
uh, I think just for me, just because I love J.K., I'm taking J.K. Dobbins.
I would probably take the shot on Javante.
Javonte or Ramondre Stevenson?
Javante.
Javante.
I want nothing to do with Ramondre.
Yeah.
Even though he's on my dynasty team, I don't want anything to do with him.
See, and that's what's crazy, right? Like my other comparison is Ty Spears because they're all right in the same draft
Well,
range. And
I would probably take Tajay Spears in this
really,
case. Yeah, the way that they've been talking about Tajay Spears in the on the Titans, that's like he's him and Tony Parler are going to get both of like it's going to be 50-50 with him, but like the way they're talking about Tajay Spears, they're talking about him like being more than just what he does. It's just like third downs or whatever. I'm trying to get him in.
but they said that last year too.
Yeah, it's true, but I probably would take Tyler Spears over that. So
Yeah.
I mean it's it's a tough pill to swallow when you're in the 10th round and you're looking for depth and it's like Tajay Spears or Javante Williams.
Yeah, I mean it feels gross.
It does. It feels really gross. So
I think I'll take Javante in that one, to be honest.
Yeah, instead of Ty.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
all right, Tyler, let's give me your. Is this going to be a value pick or a breakout?
No, I'm doing all values.
Okay, okay, go
Doing
for
all
it.
values.
Who's your next one?
So I'll save my most controversial one for last.
Okay.
Um, my second pick is going to be for a value pick, 10th round, wide receiver 31 last year, Darnell Mooney. Um, his last year's stats were career highs in yards per reception and yards per target, 15 and a half for yards per reception and 9.5 for yards per target. Um, Behind Drake London, uh, I think he's the second target in that offense.
It's
Patrick,
definitely not Kyle Pitts, that's for
yeah,
sure.
Drake London and then Darnell Mooney. Um, but he is also the third person that's gonna get the ball because you have Bijan and then you have Kyle London. So he is the third person to get the ball. But last year he had 14 receptions that were 20 yards or plus. 14 receptions on 22 deep targets. And then he had 106 targets, which was second highest on the team and 30th amongst all receivers. Um, so I just kind of like those stats. I think with Michael Penix in there, it's going to be a little bit better offense with Michael Penix, I feel like, rather than Kirk Cousins last year. So I think the offense is going to be somewhat a little bit better. And Michael Penix throws deep. And who's his deep ball man? Darnell Mooney.
I like it.
He's fast too, so he can get downfield.
I feel like every time I watched a Falcon game last season, it was always Moody like doing something big.
Yeah,
So I definitely like the value and I definitely like him. I know last year I was trying to target him and someone else got him, so I was kind of disappointed in not getting him. But I do like I do like him with a younger quarterback because obviously with Kirk Cousins experiment didn't go great. So I do think that I think he'll definitely step up uh, with maybe touchdowns this season. So
And there's precedent for a young quarterback as well, right? 2021 in Chicago with Justin Fields
yeah,
had a really nice year, 140 targets, 4 touchdowns. So he's no stranger to a heavier workload, and the coaching staff in Atlanta has said that they're going to lean on him more than they did last year. So tons of potential there
yeah, he had
for volume.
six top 20 or seven top 20 receiving. But his highest ranking was wide receiver 3 on week 5. So
Yeah. I feel like Darnell Mooney's probably not going to be your flex player, but if you can get those games where he's top 15 wide receiver,
yeah,
and just throw him in your flex for a game, and maybe he has a good matchup because all of his games that were top when he was wide receiver 3, he played a not so good Tampa defense, and then same thing when he was wide receiver 8, he played against Tampa, and then Dallas wide receiver 9, Minnesota wide receiver 15. So you put him against those not so good defenses, and he might just pop off real quick, you know?
yeah, and he's also 90% snaps. Like
Yeah,
he's on the field every play.
yeah,
So
exactly.
unless they take him out, so um,
Yeah, he had 16 targets in week 5 last year.
wow,
So
Crazy.
the
yeah,
potential is there, I feel like,
Yeah.
for 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 a good streaming option.
sure. And if you have multiple flex spots, I wouldn't take him out of that one of those flex spots.
Yeah,
I would leave him there if I had him.
I mean, there's the floor is low, right? I mean,
Yeah,
if you look at the highs can be high, but the lows can be pretty low, right?
yeah, oh
Weeks
yeah,
yeah,
11
yeah,
and 13 under 4 fantasy points, despite 10 targets across those 2 weeks. So,
yeah, sure.
but
Yeah,
that's going to happen, you
but
know.
yeah, that's fantasy football for you.
Yep. Yeah, and 10th round, I mean, it's
It's
you'd be happy to have Darnell Mooney in the 10th round.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
he could outperform the 3 guys who pick ahead of him easily.
for sure.
Mhm.
All right, then here begs the question: Mooney or Javante?
Whew.
they're they're both in the 10th round. You're on the clock. Javante or Darnell Mooney?
I'm probably taking Javante for the upside.
Sticking with his pick, I like it.
Sticking with it.
Got to underscore my value.
Yeah, Tyler, you gonna stick
I'm,
with your guy?
I'm sticking with mine. I'm sticking with my guns.
Nice.
I'll probably break it, and yeah, I probably would take Mooney.
Ooh,
Yeah, I probably stick with it.
It's
both
all right.
both both risky picks and
But
both kind of like,
yeah,
you know, you're just
I,
looking for 5 solid games, 6 games out of them, you know.
I think you get more than that with Mooney though. Like I think that you can almost, as long as they're playing like a bottom 20 pass defense, start
So
with confidence.
yeah,
yeah.
right on. All right, I'm gonna go with one of my. This is he has the label of breakout and value, but you're getting him in the 9th round,
Ooh,
and he is projected to be the wide receiver 1 for a team that has high expectations and has expectations to be back in the playoffs, and their number 1 receiver will not be active for like 7 to 8 weeks. You guys know who I'm talking about?
Brandon Ayuk.
Yes, but do you know who the receiver I'm talking about?
I do.
Ricky Pearsall, second-year player for the San Francisco 49ers. Um, the fact that he had week when he came back in week 10 from being shot,
But he got shot last year,
he
right?
got shot.
Yeah.
Yes, shot in the chest. And
Ricky two to the chest.
so he in week 10 he was the wide receiver 11 on the week. Then he didn't do great until week 17 through 18. This is where the Niners were just nosediving and getting their butts kicked. So week 17 and week 18 it was wide receiver 6 and wide receiver 15. With Brandon Ayuk being out for 6 weeks, I definitely see Ricky Pearsall being a big part of this offense. Yes, Jennings and Kittle are going to be on that team, are going to be in that mix. Same thing with CMC, but I do think Ricky Pearsall takes a big step forward. He's been with Brock Purdy. They've been throwing together. They've been having breakfast together. You know,
Ooh.
that whole breakfast with QB and wide receiver is a big thing in the NFL. So I just have a feeling that he is going to be in the top 15 wide receivers for them for fantasy, and he's going to be one of the guys that people are going to be. I'm definitely going to be targeting him, especially in the ninth round.
Yeah.
Number potential number one starting receiver in the ninth round is a great value pick and a potential top 15 receiver. So
To add on to that, San Francisco has the second easiest strength of schedule for wide receivers
that is
this season.
That's great. So I like it. I like it.
Nice. I feel like anytime you can get a wide receiver one late in these rounds is always a good value pick. So I'm with it.
What's the ADP for Jawan Jennings?
Jawan.
He's going in the 11th round here.
Jennings is?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1106.
He's going with Jaden Higgins, Jalen McClellan, Egbuka, Christian Kirk.
Oh, I missed the boat on Jawan Jennings. I should have picked him as a value pick.
But you also have to think with Jawan Jennings, he had that one game against the Rams, and he
He had
was
45 points.
Yeah, and then he didn't have a top 20 game until week 10. Then he was week 11 wide receiver 9, then wide receiver 6 in week 14, and then it was just poo poo.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it. It's tempting to take Jennings and hoping that he does what he did last season, and with Ayuk being out for however long he is, 6 weeks, maybe more. There's a lot of vacant targets, so
I like it.
They got to go somewhere.
yeah. So all right, Tim, give me your next one. Ew, I like it, but ew.
So this is gonna harken back to a couple episodes ago. Bit of a conversation that we had in our tight end rankings.
Gross
But my
tight end.
third value pick, yeah, I got a little disenchanted at the end, like trying to discuss tight end 10 through 12, just not
Not
how I want to spend some time.
not doing it.
But so my third value pick for this year is none other than Travis Kelce. Yes, it's gonna feel gross. I think a more popular value pick at the tight end position is probably Mark Andrews. I am a little worried about the touchdown dependency and the threat of Isaiah Likely for Mark Andrews. I am significantly less worried about Travis Kelce's target share. He still had 123 targets last year. Good for 23.3% of the targets of the Chiefs offense,
Yeah.
which is an offense with a great quarterback. It's an offense that I want a part of. He's going in the 8th round. He's going at the 805. And I think the big thing, aside from those targets, right, is he led all tight ends last year with 25 red zone targets. That is so high that it would be tied for third among wide receivers.
Dang.
So that's a big one, right? Now, he didn't do a ton with those because his touchdown numbers were way down last year. Um, but I like red zone targets, right? You want to have those opportunities and those chances. So, uh, so I guess let's start with that, right? Like, would you take Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews in round 8 or 9?
I would take Kelsey.
I
I
think I'll take Kelsey too.
I don't like it, but I've done the Mark Andrew experience and it sucks.
Yeah, you did that last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I did it. I had him, and I was like, I got the number 5 tight end. I'm gonna win some games here, and then you just watch Isaiah Likely take all your points away. But
Oh,
I so to throw in some concept here, I have seen Travis Kelsey like a photo like him on video because he does the tight end U university right about now, and he's doing that, and he looks good compared to last season. He looked kind of he had a lot of
Lumpy.
he had a lot of
It looked like
lumpy
Taylor Swift got to him.
with Taylor Swift.
curvaceous.
Taylor Swift was charming him in that that good life of caviar and champagne. So he looked good. I do think he is yes he is older. He's what going to be he'll be 35 this year. Um, but I honestly think he has something to prove because he hears all the noise and he hears all the haters hating on him, obviously. So I do I do think he'll bounce back, not to like the tight end one that he was, but
No,
I do think he'll be in the top 5 or a decent. He'll be a decent tight end for you. You don't have to you won't have to worry you won't have to worry about streaming another tight end for a matchup. I think he'll get you 10 plus.
Yeah.
And
yeah, and he's generally reliably healthy, right? He
yeah,
rarely misses games.
and he was hurt last year. He did. I think he did start the game out with like an injury. That's why he didn't play great. So
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely in on Travis Kelce in the 8th round. Um, I'd take him over Mark Andrews. I think it's a great pick if you're especially if you're waiting on tight ends.
yes,
If you miss out on the top two, like I would hold out
for Travis,
till, yeah,
I dig it.
cool.
I dig it.
Me too.
All right. Is it my turn or we're going back to Tyler? Yeah. Oh, it's my turn. Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is it?
yeah, it's my turn.
Oh yeah.
My next pick is my dynasty darling, Quinshon Jenkins. Let's go.
Quinshon Jenkins.
What?
I like it.
Quinshon Judkins,
Quinshon Junkins. I can't. Wow, I can't say it.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy. Yeah, yeah. Junkins. Quinshon Junkins, the number 1 running back for the Cleveland Browns. I can't believe I'm saying that. He is in the. He's going around 7. Uh, I profile when he's in college, watching him at Ohio State. It's literally like watching like the best running back you ever thought you saw at
Derrick
Ohio State.
Henry.
Derrick Henry. He's
Okay.
very big. He's big. He's pretty much he's Nick Chubb's replacement, but I think he can do more than Nick Chubb can do. Like they didn't throw the ball to Nick Chubb that much in Cleveland. I think they will throw him the ball more. Um, he's really fast, which is great. He did
Yeah. He
have
ran 4.46.
yeah. He
Oh
ran
my bad. 4.48.
yeah. Um, he's a downhill runner. He's going to find that end zone. 45 rushing attempts in 3 seasons. I mean, he ran like 45 yards almost every single time. And this is, he is a rookie, but rookie running backs always um, show up for fantasy.
For
And
sure.
I definitely think he will show up for you when you draft him. And you can definitely, you put him in as your, for me, I would put him in as my running back 1. Like,
Dang.
I'll go out on a limb here.
Big believer in it. I like it.
I think he'll be in the top 10. So I'm gonna probably die on that hill alone, but whatever. I don't care. I really
It wouldn't surprise me to
But
see for him to be the number one rookie running back for fantasy this year.
yeah. So if you honestly like if take out Aston Genty and it's literally Omarion and then him as like the 1-2. So
yeah, and who's Cleveland going to throw to? I mean, they're not going to throw to Jerry Judy that much.
well it's really who's the quarterback going to
Who's
be?
throwing it? Yeah,
who's
who's
throwing
throwing it to
who's
who, I
throwing it
guess.
to who? So that's the question here. But I just think he'll be a stable running back for the Browns, and he's going to get a lot of touches because I don't think Ford is going to take much away from him unless say he needs a breather.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So
I don't know. I Jerome Ford's advanced metrics from last year look pretty good
yeah,
from an efficiency standpoint, but yeah, I agree. Like they're gonna give Quinshawn, I'm gonna try this out. Junkins the trunk. Yeah, I'm never gonna say that again.
nope, that didn't work. No,
No, no.
nope, nope.
Could we cut that?
Yeah, I'll try to edit it. Tyler, you have anything?
No, I like it.
All right, all right then. Let's go to your Tyler. Your last pick is the most controversial. You said so.
I think so.
What is it?
Wide receiver, 146.
Yes.
He's being drafted in the 11th round. And you know what? His name says it all. Hollywood. Hollywood Brown.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
I
It's
just like saying. I just like saying his name.
Hollywood. But you know, I think he's with Mahomes.
Hmm.
He when he was with Lamar, he had 105 targets. He can handle wide receiver one volume for sure. In 2023, he played with a bunch of quarterbacks, Josh Dobbs, some quarterback I don't even know, Clayton Tune, and then Kyler Murray. Um,
Clayton too.
but besides that, he had a 24% target share. He was ranked top 20 in the league in separation, so like deep passes and all that. Um, right now he's 27 and he's on a 1 year kind of prove it deal with the Chiefs. He didn't play at all last year. So hopefully he's healthy, you know, hopefully motivated to stay on the Chiefs and be a big part of that offense. But I just think he's tough. I can see why you don't see it, but I just think 11th round, 12th round, people are not gonna even touch him. But he's wide receiver three behind Xavier Worthy and Rashi Rice. So something to throw out there in the 11th round, 12th round. Maybe you get maybe you get a wide receiver two. Maybe you get a couple games that are good streaming options.
I don't hate this. Like I would consider Hollywood in the 11th. Um, I've always liked the talent. Obviously, I'm biased because of his time with the Cardinals. Uh, didn't what did he play 2 games last year?
Yeah,
Not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot of rapport with Mahomes.
Um, he's never been a top 20 receiver for fantasy, despite the talent. Maybe it has to do with his size, right? 5'9", 180 pounds. It's
yeah.
pretty small in the league, but he's got that speed. So who knows? I mean, we all know what Patrick Mahomes can do with somebody with downfield speed, uh, and maybe they get creative with him. So I don't hate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would. I'm definitely going to be one to target him in that round because I like the upside that he gives, especially with Mahomes. Um, he's healthy. A healthy Hollywood Brown means a very good Hollywood Brown, and we all saw what he did in Baltimore with Lamar. I was shocked that he was he traded or was he let go from them?
Uh, he was traded.
Yeah, I was shocked that they traded him away. Because I thought he was really good. I thought he would flourish there with, especially with Lamar.
Yeah,
Yes.
last year I picked him up and he got hurt right away, so I didn't really get to see what he can do.
Mhm.
It's my first time drafting him too. I was pretty bummed.
Well, hopefully he's healthy this year.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
fun to watch.
He is very fun to
Yeah,
watch.
but last year in the playoffs, he had 5 to 6 targets. Um, you know, so he got targets in the playoffs. So and he was on the field more than 70% of the time in both games. So you know, it could be there.
Yeah, I mean, he could be their number two, but like this is probably the best receiving core that Kansas City's had in a while. It's at least the deepest.
It is.
Uh,
Yeah, it is.
but Hollywood and Rashid Rice did not play a single game together last year, so it'll be interesting to see what that target split is, and then you throw in Xavier Worthy, who's also a speedster. Um, it could be really interesting. Could be really interesting.
I think Hollywood is going to be a little bit more of a slot, so Xavier can go deep. And I think Hollywood would be a little bit more effective in like PPR, where a little bit more receptions and yeah, that's that's where I feel like Hollywood's going to be in the offense.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Worthy being kind of the odd man out there from a target standpoint.
Yeah,
But I mean, they did invest quite a bit in him from a draft capital standpoint. They're not as invested in Hollywood Brown, so Xavier Worthy's going to have
yeah,
more rope to play with.
yeah, for sure.
I agree.
And he can still get suspended, right? He's got
Who is he?
Xavier Worthy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, well, I
So
mean,
we'll have to see.
even Rashid, was it Rice? Rashid Rice.
Yeah,
He has a court. He has a thing too. So
Hollywood Brown could be a wide receiver one. Look at that.
who knows?
that's yeah, so true.
It's true. All right. Uh, Tim, you have one more.
Yeah, so this is my breakout slash value pick.
Oh,
So I've got Jaden Reed. I think all the potential is there. He's got the talent. It seems like the team likes him better than almost everybody on there, except maybe Matthew Golden. So this is another one that people have been saying, oh, it's going to be the breakout, right? This is going to be the year it was supposed to be last year. And he wasn't bad last year, right?
no.
But it just wasn't, just didn't get to that wide receiver one status. So this will be year three for Jaden Reed. He's only 25 years old. Had some really nice spike weeks last year,
Yo,
and he's been kind of consistently right around that top 24 range. But the advanced metrics are really good for for him. Uh, Big plays. He had 15 plays over 20 yards last year. That's top 20 for receivers. He had 11 plays over 30 yards last year, which ranked third among all receivers. And then he had 3 plays over 50 yards, which tied for fifth with CeeDee Lamb. So big play potential all over the place. Uh, Top 20 in yards per reception at 15.6 yards per catch, and had 19 rushing attempts last year as well, which was more than anybody outside of Debo Samuel. So they are going to use him in multiple ways. I think he's potentially still the most talented receiver that Green Bay has, maybe even more so than Matthew Golden. Um, we'll see how that works out. But I think that there's
I,
if there's going to be a breakout with Jaden Reed, it's going to be this year.
yeah, I agree. I think.
If it's not this year, we can stop talking about him.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Packers they drafted a wide receiver in the first round for the first time in like 20 plus something years.
Yeah.
So, and don't, I don't even think Matthew Golden is that good of a receiver because I think the reason he was in the first round is because he had that amazing
Yeah.
game against Arizona in the playoffs
And the speed at the combine.
and his speed at the combine, which I think helped him a lot. So I do believe that Jaden Reed has that potential, and it really just depends on how Lafleur feels that day about him.
Lifley.
So, but he like what you have here on his 55 catches, not a lot of did he didn't have many touchdowns, did he?
6 touchdowns
Six.
on 55 catches, which
Yeah,
wasn't bad.
which is not bad,
Only
especially
75 targets last
and
year.
that's without Jordan Love for like 3 weeks. I think he was out for. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I like him, especially in the eighth round. He's the wide receiver one for Green Bay's offense in the eighth round. So, um, but yeah, Tyler, you have anything?
Me too. No, I like Jaden Reed. I traded for him last year, so I kind of got the downside of him after the spike weeks. I think I had one more spike week when I traded him, but other than that, I mean, I do think he's going to be a breakout year this year. Wide receiver one in the eighth round, always great. Um, so I like it.
All right.
No, I
Couple
don't. I
of
don't.
quick comparisons.
No, I don't want to compare.
We could skip the first one.
No, it's all good. Go
We'll go
for it.
bottoms up.
All right,
All right. So same draft range, Jaden Reed or Matthew Golden?
Jaden.
Yeah, Jaden.
Jaden Reed or Michael Pittman Jr.?
Jaden.
Jaden Reed.
Jaden Reed or Ricky Pearsall?
Ricky.
That one's kind of tough. That was kind of tough just because
I'll
they're
take
both
it. I'll take a guy that's been shot in the chest and
both of them
survived.
are being our wide receiver ones going late. Um, yeah, that one's tough. Both have pretty decent quarterbacks to be a top 20 wide receiver for being a wide receiver one. Man, yeah, that one's tough. Ricky or Jaden? I think I'm just gonna pick Jaden just because I traded for him last year.
Nice. Get tilted.
Yeah,
Tough one
very,
though.
very
Tough one
tilted.
though. Tough one though.
Yeah.
Ricky is a solid pick around there too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I'd take both of them over Matthew Golden.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, my last pick, well, my last player is my breakout player. It's not because I have him on my dynasty team. It's because I really, really like him, and it's Roma Dunze.
Roma Donze.
Uh,
Rome Odunze.
he didn't have a great season last year, being his rookie season. We all know the writing on the wall of the Bears last season.
He's your
Disaster.
wide receiver one. Holy moly.
No, he'll be the wide receiver two. Oh, are you talking about my dynasty team?
Yeah.
Yes, he is my wide receiver one.
Holy moly.
So I have high hopes for him. Like I said, bad season. The big addition to the Bears is adding Ben Johnson to this offense for them. I do believe that he will be in the top 20 this year with Ben Johnson. I think he'll take the Javante Williams role. So you may not get huge, like, you may get like a 10-point game here and there, but he's going to have those spike weeks of, some 20 plus games. I see it. He's a big physical wide receiver. Um, you know, when he had he only had 3 touchdowns, but two of them came in one game, and they lost that game. So
He's
I
on the field. He's on the field a lot.
he's on the field. I think he was on the field the majority of the time.
Yeah,
Um,
didn't miss a game either.
and he's he's very reliable. So I just have a feeling deep down in my soul that he's going to break out, and this all really depends on Caleb. So it
Yeah.
has nothing to do with Rome. He is the most one of the most talented rookies that came out last year as a receiver. I know he is. I've seen him play, so I just had that feeling. You see a dude, and you're like, yes, you.
Feel it in my
I
plums.
feel it in my plums. So, you guys have anything?
Yeah, you mentioned Caleb.
Yes.
Uh, all of this hinges on Caleb, right? Keenan Allen's out of the way. Those targets are vacated. They added more mouths to feed in the offseason, so that's a bit of a
Oh,
concern.
and that's also what another yes, that is a concern. I did want to mention that. They had the tight end Loveland, and they also added Luther
Luther
Burden.
Burden.
I
Yeah.
don't. I honestly don't believe that Luther Burden's going to take anything away from him because
Yeah.
Luther Burden was like a one trick pony in college, and I think Colson Loveland is going to take some time for him to get acclimated. And there's also Cole Clement is on that team still, so it's a it's a large pie, but it's very very small pieces that this offense is going to get. So, but I do think Rome is going to get a bigger chunk than those with those two there being there.
Yeah. And back to the Caleb point. So Rome had 101 targets last year, but only 60 of those were considered catchable.
Yes,
So that's a
Dang.
pretty big,
it's a
but
pretty big freaking gap.
yeah, it's a big gap. But he caught 54 of 60 catchable balls last year. So that's a good thing. I mean, it could be worse, right? You could be in Tennessee, like Calvin Ridley. I'm looking at this: 120 targets, 70 of them catchable.
Well,
It's terrible.
when you have Will Levis throwing you the ball, it's kind of hard to catch it. So,
I mean, that Tennessee was at the point where they're like, you know what? As long as it's not an interception or a fumble, we'll take it.
we're okay with it. Yeah.
Just throw the ball away for the first three downs.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the addition of Ben Johnson, I mean, look what he did last year and boosting up Jameson Williams, our draft stock this year. Um, I think Jameson Williams is a little bit over overrated in this draft right now for what he's being drafted at. I think that was due to Ben Johnson. So I do like the addition of Ben Johnson with Roma Dunze being the second wide receiver. So maybe he can do the same thing and boost up Roma Dunze for next season.
Yeah. Readable. All right. That's is that it? Tim,
That's it.
I think. No,
Tim,
that's it. That's all of mine.
I have a question for you, Tim. Why is Austin Eckler crossed out?
I wanted to keep him on there, and I thought maybe we would talk about him. But in the 12th round, I definitely consider Austin Eckler as a flyer. Uh, really respectable 4.8 yards per carry. Did not have that many carries, right? Um, in the Washington offense. And for comparison, right? So Eckler had 4.8 yards per carry. Javonte Williams was what, 3.6, I think, yards per carry.
Yeah.
And we have him listed as value. So, but again, only 77 carries last year and 41 targets. They're not going to throw Brian Robinson the ball. I could see him having like a decent season. I think he tops out at maybe you could run him as a flex, but in the 12th round, you could do worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I have two honorable mentions here. They're both we didn't talk about any quarterbacks, but I wanted
Yeah.
to throw these two guys in here: Drake May and JJ McCarthy.
Ooh.
Drake May is going in the 11th round, and JJ is going in the 12th. Um, as Tyler, you're the JJ McCarthy truther, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you still have him on your team?
I did trade him away, but that was because I have Jaden Daniels. So
Um, I the fact that he was talked about so much last season, being the starter and being, you know, the guy for the Vikings this last year. He is going to be the starting quarterback this year. Do you guys would you take him as your, you know, number one quarterback if you're like drafting late, like you're doing the late round
yeah,
quarterback?
absolutely.
Would you take a flyer on him, or and same thing with Drake May?
I mean, JJ McCarthy, you're getting a starting quarterback in the 12th round. Um, he's with a decent
I think
offense with
I think
Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, um, TJ Hawkinson, and then
Yeah.
Aaron Jones in the backfield, So I do think he is surrounded by some good talent. And let's just say you go running back heavy in the first 3 rounds or wide receiver heavy, or you do a little mix of both and you put your team together early with good picks. And then if you're just waiting for you're waiting for the scraps of the quarterbacks. I mean, JJ McCarthy has potential to be a top 15 quarterback this year,
Oh
and
yeah.
easily. I think top 15 is probably like his floor, to be honest. Um,
And when so if you draft JJ McCarthy in redraft, you're drafting based on your confidence and I think the overall Vikings offense, right?
yeah.
yeah,
Like if we look
absolutely.
at the past 2 years, right? Look how bad Kirk Cousins looked last year.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. Look at last year, and then look at him when he was on the Vikings offense. He looked like a freaking
Right.
animal. And
They
then
made Sam Darnold look good last season.
exactly.
And JJ McCarthy may be more talented than either of those.
And he can run,
yeah, he can run.
Yeah.
which I don't think he might do a lot because his knee, but he does have the ability to run and get some rushing yards.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Back to Drake May. I would probably I traded Tyler, you traded me JJ McCarthy
Yep.
in Dynasty. That was
Yep.
part of our Ashton Janty trade. But I like what I saw from Drake May. The other thing about Drake May is he's got the fourth easiest strength of schedule for quarterbacks,
He does.
uh, New England. So that bodes well. Um, JJ McCarthy obviously has significantly better receivers than Drake May does. And I think that's probably the biggest downside, right? Is
I think that's the only downside really is that if you threw switch spots, Drake May on the Vikings, JJ on
oh
the
yeah.
Patriots, you would I would take Drake May. So
Yeah, for sure.
um,
Yep.
I do like both of them. I do slightly like Drake May a little bit more just because he has that upside of running the ball. Um, he just he has he has that going for him. So, but the fact that he doesn't have receivers, I do
Yeah.
tend to drift towards more JJ, and he's around later, and he is also around later than Drake May. So you could probably get go pick up Hollywood, and then come back around with JJ.
Love it.
So,
That's crazy. Then get Austin Eckler.
oh well, yeah, that too.
I'm just kidding. There's a very, very low chance that I will be taking Austin Eckler at any point this year, even off the waiver wire.
Ah, come on, why not? Just a little bit. For Drake May, his highest rushing total was in a game was 95 yards.
Not bad.
Oh, that's
So
not bad.
that was, and that week he was quarterback 18.
Nice.
That was yeah he and they yeah That was against the Titans. So
Yeah, 2 rushing touchdowns as well.
yes, he did. If they can get the tush push going there,
Yeah.
I think that would be something good. So, all right, all right. Enough of this chit chatting. Um,
Wow, Drake May took 34 sacks
yes,
last year.
gross.
He only played 12 weeks.
Ugh, gross.
Tough.
That's almost 3 sacks a game.
It is. All
9
right.
fumbles.
That's probably more than one more than no, sorry. Will Levis probably had like 20.
10
Ugh,
fumbles last year.
one less. So, all right. You guys have anything else, or
That's good.
you good?
Nope.
All right. All right. Well, again, thank you everyone for listening. Please be sure to follow us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And please share and like our video, and please follow us on Apple and Spotify. I had a scared moment on Spotify because I was like, I don't think it's updating, and then I went checked, and I was like, oh, it is updating. Okay, I just can't find the damn password to get into it, so it's still updating. That's
Nice.
all that matters. That's all.
Nice.
That's
good.
that's a future me problem. So, all right, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Later, guys.
Thank you.